on caller for this week. Let me drag him in. Let me fix the overlays before NaNiwa crucifies me.
What?
Oh, that was just a joke.
Crucify hype.
Hype.
Whoops. Okay.
Oops.
Yeah. No. Not that.
NaNiwa.
No, Nanny. Don't worry. There was another overlay. Hey, what's up, buddy? How you?
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Good. You?
Good, thanks. So I actually have a question on the topic of casters and all that, as you're talking about it. I have two friends that are trying to make it as casters, which is, you know, tough this late in the life of StarCraft. But they have a bunch of weekly cups they do. They have they've done a couple major ones, and the major ones they even have a studio that they're able to do it out of a lot. And they're just having a lot of trouble catching traction, advertising. I think time zones are part of what's hard. But I'm just wondering, like, I mean, mostly to Nathanias and Rifkin, but anyone that wants to jump in, what's your advice for trying to, quote unquote, make it, break out, etc.?
The number one thing that's gonna draw people, like I just like the most standard basic stuff. If you want people to be interested in checking it out, whoever's running it has to have a decent has to be able to put on a decent quality stream. It's not as difficult as it used to be, since there are ways to get around you know, not having like an optimal setup, or with like GPU streaming can be acceptable, blah blah blah. There's like a lot of different things that you can like look into for getting a good quality stream. But if you can't do that, if it stutters or whatever, like, you need the hardware set up first of all. So if you guys have that down and you want, as a small streamer, to try to get some attention, you're going to want to try to get players that are either active on social media or people really want to watch play. Because it doesn't cost a lot of money to get, contrary to popular belief, like when I pitch like tournaments and stuff to sponsors, like people think that you need a lot more money than you actually do to get players to compete against each other. European guys are especially, like, they love having opportunities to play and make money competing. Like, Koreans are a bit trickier to get because of the obvious language barrier, but even if you just, you know, you could reach out to even like streamers, and, you know, most people won't, like, I wouldn't turn down a show match, you know, stuff like that. So, like, if you need to, like, you're doing like online cups and stuff is cool, but like, you're not going to get like a lot of people to give you attention unless there's other people pulling them there first, because, like, you know, no one knows who you are in the beginning.
Right.
Like, that's my advice.
I think one of the big things I built Base Trade TV off of is we didn't have the advertising. There was just no way we could make 1,000 people look at us. But the one thing we were really good at was making people stay once they did look at us. So whether it's being entertaining, whether it's gimmicking up your stream, whatever you got to find, like, find what works for you. That's fun, it's manageable, and you'll notice people don't leave right after game's over. And like Nathanias said, my favorite people to interact with when we were building up were folks like Root. Root Gaming always tweets about every match their players are in ever. It might not be a lot of viewers that come in from this, but it's more viewers than you had before. Whereas someone like Jadong might not be so inclined to retweet. Yeah. And, I mean, you look at Jadong, too. He's playing in these show matches for Ding It or off on these odd tournaments here and there. People will come for that series and then leave right after. So what good was that for you, right? So as far as trying to build yourselves up, man, it's just, you got to find a way to retain that audience. It's not about getting your name out there. That will happen eventually. Yeah. You got to be able to keep the viewers you get.
Yeah, one of the things that Base Trade does well in this regard is like the chat system, right? Like, you kind of create like a feeling of people feeling like they're a community, etc., which is also a really, really important thing. But then it's also going to come down to how good you guys are at the game, how entertaining you can be, because like there are a lot of people that tried to get into, like, a good number of people, but, you know, it's a difficult thing to be able to try to keep people entertained for, you know, up to like 6-7 hour broadcasts, etc.
Yeah.
But that's like my starter advice. If you have the hardware set up for it, you got to try to reach out to players that will give attention for the games that they play on your channel. Like, that's the number one way to do it. Like, because it's getting a player that's good enough to draw viewers without, you know, tweeting about it is going to be on the harder side of the spectrum.
Yeah, actually, just one more thing on Nathanias' point. Having the hardware is pretty important. You don't want 20 calories per second with your frames. But also, pick overlays that work well. Everyone hates the WCS overlay. Some people like it, some people don't like it, but the majority of people don't like it. So don't use that, for example, right? You don't have to go with GameHeart. Maybe you go with Godlegs or something else. But, again, you need something pleasing that people are going to want to watch, that people are going to want to look at for hours at an end.
Yeah, microphones also very easily overlooked. Like sound quality. Sound quality, if it's good, no one will ever give a shit. But if it's bad, people always notice. That's another really big thing.
WCS with the buzzing, man.
I'm like, man, I got this new mic. No one cares, but it's like actually a good thing because it means no one's whining about the microphone.
Wasn't WCSU crackling a bit?
Yeah, and they had this weird, mysterious blue line on the side of the screen. I asked so many people that were part of production, and nobody could explain that to me.
That's very weird. Joe, do you have a? Did we answer your question?
Yeah, that was great. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter, man. Have a good week.
Take it easy.
Yeah, bye. Right. Okay. And we're back. So we're gonna jump into the Reddit questions, unless one of the Patreon guys is. Oh, okay. Okay, we have another call in. This is the last one. No, we're not too sell out here, guys.
You spell sell it with a $sign instead of an S, by the way.
Oh,
that
really?
guy asked a good question, though. So, or at least
Yeah.
I feel like we did his question justice. Don't know why he answered it, Rifkin, though. Trying to create competition.
Rifkin, what's up with that?
yeah.
People thought you were gonna kill yourself.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm fine. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I have a simple request. Just WCS predictions for the last two groups.
Okay. NaNiwa, let's start with you. What are your thoughts? Do you want me to link you?
Yeah, link me the groups then.
Okay.
Please.
One moment.
I know Huck is in one and Morrow is
Boom.
in one. That's all I know.
I linked it. I linked it
We
first.
have a
Boom.
real pro gamer in Group G, I think.
That's right.
Real pro gamer. Oh my fucking god. So, well, kind of awkward with Morrow sitting here, but okay, let's.
I'll take off my headphones.
Okay, let's start with Showtime and Ionsu. I think Showtime will beat Ionsu. I think that I think Morrow has a good chance against Showtime. I don't know how good Morrow's TVC is, but if I would just have to like think who have the biggest chance to win this group, for me, by far the biggest favorite is Hydra.
Okay, of course.
According to at least what I've seen and played against him too, he seems like a very solid player.
You played against him a lot?
Yeah, he plays a lot on the European ladder. And I know Showtime is like rank 1 and 2 GM on the European ladder.
Oh, he is the rank 1 and 2?
Yeah,
Oh.
and I think it will be between Morrow and Showtime.
Okay.
Obviously, I hope for Morrow, but I don't know. I'm a bit scared for him.
I think we covered the predictions with Mo and Nathanias. I'll just ask Rifkin. Rifkin, what about Group G?
I actually got some faith in Morrow, and I kind of agree with NaNiwa. Like, I think one of them will come down to Morrow Showtime. But I actually want to throw it there because a lot of people don't know I asked Anu. I actually had a lot of fun casting him for the Acer Team Story Cup. He was Invictus Gaming's ace player every single time. Not once in a while, but he was always the guy they resurrected. And he plays pretty good. There's like no replays of him anywhere because he's a Chinese player. Nobody knows what to expect of him. I don't know that he's going to win the group, but if there is an upset in that group, it's going to be him, I think.
Yeah, I think he all killed EG at some point.
Yeah,
In
that's
some team event or whatever.
nice. NaNiwa, what about Group? Whoops, I lost the page. Group F or H with our good buddy Huck.
With Christopher,
Yes.
I think Ayagus is going to get last in the group very easily.
Wow, the hate is real.
I just don't think it's very good, that's all.
Okay.
But I was wrong about Pig too, so maybe I will be surprised. But Welmu has been doing decently, I know. Not amazing. He used to be a bit better, I think. Compared to the scene, that is. Maxed has always been a wild card for me. I see him like kind of like a weaker Jim, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
not much weaker, but still a very good player. Like he can take serious of most people, but he's not the kind of guy that I think will win a tournament or so. And Huck, I saw him play against Petit Drogo today. and he lost 1-2, but it was pretty close. And Drogo is good in PvP, so
Did you watch Peter Drogo's stream? Like,
yeah,
oh.
yeah. I did.
Oh, yeah, okay. me too.
So I have kind of a general idea about all of their level, except for Maxed and Iegus. So I would think that the first player out of this group, if I would have to guess, I would think Welmu. That would be my guess for the first place. And then I think Huck against Maxed will be the decider.
Okay.
With,
Does Welmo play
I
a
think
lot?
Maxed will win it, but I hope not.
Mm-hmm.
NaNiwa, actually, just got a question about you calling Igas kind of out there. He only does have to practice one matchup. Do you not think that goes quite a way? I mean, it's only TVP for him.
It works both ways, though. Like, everyone kind of knows how to play PvT, right? It's a very...
Yeah, it's very stable
it's
meta.
not a very creative matchup. Like, you know that there's like mind drops and there's like very rarely any deviation from that except for like 2 racks or like no gas. And I feel like all of these players, they just look a bit above his level, but it definitely works in his favor because they will mostly think the same as me, I feel. That Ayagus is probably not the biggest threat in this group, so they will mostly just prepare PvP.
There's also not a lot of Protoss.
If he plays very
in
smart,
his
I do
region.
think that he can have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
If he prepares some really good build orders, which I'm sure he will.
Mm-hmm.
I was impressed by his play last year in WCS, like when he qualified for 132. I think it was either season 2 or 3, and he came out first in his group when we had it. We kind of pegged him the same way as an underdog, but there weren't too many TVP games of him to actually study because all the Australian tournaments, you're basically like playing against Zergs. So
I did see him play the Australian tournaments too, so I kind of have an idea of his skill level, I guess.
Yeah. I was just surprised by how he did it coming out first against like his Protoss like Alicia, which I guess isn't really like the same type of Protoss player as the people in this group. Maybe Max said it can be similar, but I guess as a Terran, I'm biased, so.
But you bring up a good point. I always underestimate that factor. Like the Australian players, they always seem so bad, but that's because they have like 400 ping to whatever server they play on. So I remember it was the same with Moonglade. He didn't seem very impressive, but then he went to tournament and he still played like really well because they're used to having a lot of lag, you know. So
Yeah.
him being a Terran player, especially, I guess he might just surprise us all, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that concludes the 2 predictions. Thank you so much for your question, Cascade of...
Morrow, though, he has to also make his prediction.
Oh, well, but he's been the...
I predicted it before.
Yeah, if you're a fan of the show,
Agus is gonna
NaNiwa,
lose.
you would have known.
Oh my god, I'm deeply ashamed.
I believe in my verb.
Oh, you do?
I will not-
You also think he will go first?
Yeah, I punish.
All right. Thank you again for coming on.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, have a good night. All right. So we're just gonna jump into the. Okay, hold on. We have another Patreon call in. It's the last one. I swear I'm not too much sellout. Let's go. It's an interesting question.
All right.
Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. What's your question?
I just wanted to ask, NaNiwa and Morrow and you guys, what's the deal with custom hotkeys? Because I remember hearing that like Snoop changed up his hotkeys a long time back, and it took a while for him to get back into practice. But people said it's like a good thing to do sometimes, and also like there's that thing called the core, which was talked about a lot. That seemed like a really good idea, but it doesn't seem like any pros actually use it. So.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of wondering about that.
As far as the
Nathanias.
core goes, I think the only pro gamer who I know who has tried it out is Starnon. But ever since he switched to it, he's kind of been doing worse. And I think in the end, I don't think he liked that he switched to the core. But I still believe that he uses it. But yeah, I think every pro player at least changes some hotkeys.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me personally, I pretty much only changed the load command center hotkey. I put it on like F7, so I would never have to misclick on it.
Right, but you don't do anything like extreme.
No, nothing extreme.
Mm-hmm.
And
What
also,
about-
What is the core?
Oh, it's like this whole thing where like it's not even grid, you know. It like puts some things in the middle of the keyboard. Maybe Jack, you know more about it than I do.
Yeah, it's just like you can. It basically like it uses Alt to like like it lays out all your camera hotkeys below your actual hotkeys, and it makes it like streamlines your ability hotkeys as well. So it's like, you know, when you play like Dota or LoL or something like that, like all your abilities will be like in one line or something like that, compared to StarCraft. I don't know. It's supposedly more ergonomical or whatever. But my other question was, when you guys are like, when you're dealing with specific practice, like let's say if Huck was here, you know, he's like really bad at like PvT or something like that, and you wanted to practice with that, like, would you not just like resume from replay, like against another player you were playing against, and like practice a specific time of the matchup that you're weakest at? Because it seems like most players just kind of ladder all the time. Like, what does it really entail to like deliberately practice something?
NaNiwa, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, it depends what your weaknesses are as a player, obviously. Like, different players have different problems, and of course it's better to just keep practicing the same problem if you don't understand it. But usually when pro players lose, they just... I think most of them understand what they're doing wrong, so they're trying to...
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of dangerous to practice with just one guy, is the point I'm trying to make here, because if you just play against the one guy all the time, you're not fixing that one problem. You're basically just learning his style and what he likes to do and how he thinks. It's happened to me many times with sort of, like, I think I'm really safe against all the things, but then I play against a new Zerg and I lose to the same thing, but not really the same thing. So that's why most pro gamers, they prefer ladder games, because you don't get enough variation, which is why the Korean team house is so good, because you get both of those things, right? Like, you have a lot of good players who can do these builds, not just one guy.
What
So I
about
think if you can get that environment, that is the best one.
That's the idea.
what about resume from replay? Have you ever done it?
Oh yeah, I've done it a
takes
bunch
so
of times.
long.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time, but it takes less time than just playing the game over again.
Yeah.
So like, if there's like at one point where I'm at like a crossroad, I guess, like I'm choosing this kind of tech, and then I want to see, okay, if I did not do that, how will that turn out? I've been doing that a lot of times against Swarm Host, for example.
What
to try to
about
figure out timings and stuff.
what about just restarting a battle because you feel like you just wasted 30 minutes by microing like a monkey?
A battle? I've done that like once or twice in like Phoenix Wars, you know, to see if you can like have a better positioning and stuff like that, or if like there's some kind of movement that you can do that will favor you more, or just even like switch the players, you know, that I take over theirs and see if I can win where he lost and so on. But I don't think it's a very commonly used thing. The idea is good, but like, yeah.
It's very slow. That's the biggest problem. Morrow, do you use resume from replay?
I do it. I do it a bit. Let's say like I'm playing against, my practice partner, and we have the fight, like build up to the fight the whole game. Let's say it's an SCV pull, and he tries to defend his third base, and it's like, oh, it's not working out that I crushed him, and then we resume from replay, and the next game he's gonna, try to defend his natural instead, and then like, oh, that doesn't work. Then we do it again, and he builds a few cannons. It's really good for those kind of games where you just have a build up to this one point, or this one like really important fight, and you can just try to find out like what you're supposed to do, like with the tools you have right there. So it's like really good for those kind of situation. Or like if I maybe like Widowmine drop or Hellion drop, and I can try to find out like different kind of methods of dropping and so forth. The annoying part is, when you're practicing, you're like high intense practice, you're like, you just want to mash your keyboard and stuff. But then when you're starting to load for replays and stuff, you have just so much downtime. That's kind of killing the spirit. You kind of don't feel warmed up anymore. It doesn't feel like a real game anymore. So you're not really playing your best when you're starting to resume from replays and so forth. And I think that's the real problem of it. If it weren't for that, I think everyone would do it so much.
I feel like it would be way more popular if like at some point it was possible to play out a point in a custom game, or like even a custom map that could do it. like you play the game out and then you can just instantly go back like a minute, you know, which for whatever reason doesn't seem to be possible. But I feel like that would be like the next level of making this a really sick tool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like an instant rewind.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Jack, for your question.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. You guys have a good one.
Yeah, have a good
Good
week.
luck, NaNiwa. Don't give up, bro.
Thank you. You too.
Oh, that's funny. Right. So the Reddit questions, I screened some of them. So let's start. There's a lot for NaNiwa, obviously. Predictions for WCS round of 16 venue/studio. Nathanias, tell us everything you know that you're not supposed to tell us.
I can't tell you.
Rifkin, what you think it's gonna be in Europe?
Man, I don't fucking know. Red Eye said in our chat it's gonna be his bedroom. So there you go.
Oh.
I think there's a Reddit post about this. That sounds
I'm
pretty
pretty
conclusive
sure it's
to
gonna
me.
be Europe.
Mm-hmm. I think
I heard that somewhere.
yeah.
I don't remember where.
It feels like beating a dead horse at this point to criticize Blizzard for their
okay.
lack of
Here's the thing, right? And this is like 100% just me going on a wild tangent about this, but I almost feel the way they've gone about this is not teasing for hype and not trying to build the suspension of like, oh, where's it going to be? But it's more like, all right, we haven't fucking figured out where we're going yet, but we don't want the public to know this, so we'll tell them, it's a secret. Like, I know that's not actually what's happening here, but it's incredibly frustrating not knowing the information so deep into the season.
like
The only reason that I can think of for why it's taking so long for it to be announced is that they have a venue that they can do it, but they want to do it somewhere else, and it's been a big pain in the ass for them to confirm that other place. And even I haven't been told that, because as far as I know, like there's a venue, but like obviously they must be trying to do something else, because like I can't imagine that it wouldn't be like possible for them to have done it like a month or two in advance when they decided where the like what region at least the season finals would be in.
Yeah, a lot of rumors on Reddit were talking about France. Personally, I just want a lot of people there, and the longer they take, the more expensive traveling it gets for everyone involved, and I think it's really doing a disservice to the fans as well. So, because like, just imagine, let's say they do EU this time, right? Season 2 they do NA, and let's say Season 3 they end up doing NA again. Then if you're a EU fan and you missed out on Season 1 finals because Blizzard was just too slow, I'd be super mad. So we'll see how it ends up. Next question, NaNiwa, why don't we see you in the IEM qualifiers and perhaps other qualifiers? Sad face emoticon.
You mean this IM qualifier or what?
Well, yeah, I guess another qualifiers as well. I don't know which other ones would be. But...
I think with this shape, it would be an almost impossible task to qualify. And I think if you don't qualify, then there's no point of playing it. So I'd rather just take a few days off after WCS and just relax for a bit and then continue.
So what you're implying is that we'll be seeing you in some qualifiers at some point soon?
I don't know what tournaments are gonna be on, but yeah, if I can play.
Well, there's always the Fragbite Masters, NaNiwa.
Oh, when is that? And also, I have to prepare
it's next month, mate.
I have to prepare for the Swedish tournaments, like fucking international superstars are there now.
Like
there must be Benjamin Baker and people.
It's taking place in March, so you can be lazy for a week.
Okay.
What about the that upcoming Kappa Star League, that unannounced thing that's been going on for a while?
Yeah, Nathanias was trying to hype his tournament like back in November, like guys, there's big things coming up soon.
Yeah, I remember these tweets. I remember these tweets.
It's I just had to finalize some shit. It took a while because it's hard to explain. It'll be much easier to explain when I announce it, but basically it came down to the sponsor, like it's around something involving the company of the sponsor that wasn't happening until March, basically. So that's why I have to wait till March.
All right, that's cool. Nice to get an update on that.
Like I mean, if you watch my stream, Desi, I tell people that all the time.
Oh,
but basically,
I watch the stream a lot.
It's
you know that, right?
Is that before or after you stream like the girl when Rotterdam creeps up behind you?
Well,
I saw you streaming in a Pikachu costume. What do you have to say about that?
I mean, hey, you can thank the guy in chat who had a lot of money to throw at me for that one.
Oh my god, how much money are we talking here?
All I did was make one joke, NaNiwa. You should do this on your stream and you'll get rich really fast. I made a joke. I was like, you would need to pay me a stupid amount of money. And then some guy in the chat had to be a smartass. What's a stupid amount of money?
And how much was a stupid amount of money?
Some guy sent me $500 to wear a Pikachu costume. This is the streamer life.
I'd wear it for 1,000. You're throwing that out there on Remax.
There you go. There you guys fucking go.
Someone needs to start a Kickstarter for like ways to abuse NaNiwa. Be like a Japanese game show.
I'd do it again for another 500.
Easily.
I would. Put it on right now. Do you have any more questions?
Yes. I was just letting you drown there for a second. NaNiwa, are you working in repairing any burned bridge with your old teams or finding a new team, or you're planning on flying yourself?
What are you talking about?
Sorry, burned bridges.
What? Bridges.
Well,
good terms to all my teams. Well, I do have a few offers now. I didn't have it before, but I have a few offers now that are pretty interesting. So I'm not sure yet where I'm supposed to go, but finally out of the darkness, desRow, Mark Oliver.
So Johan, does that mean you wouldn't pay out of pocket to attend a DreamHack, or like you wouldn't like bet on yourself?
Course, I can go to DreamHack. It's only like 1.5 hours away with train for me.
Oh, fuck off.
So
I want to go to Europe so badly, and it's so expensive.
What if it was
Graham,
in
you don't
Germany
just go
or
to
something?
DreamHacks?
I wish, man. That's the ultimate caster life.
Yeah, but it's not that simple though. I have to pay like $10 for train too.
Okay.
Oh, fuck you.
All right. Next up, Nanny. Have you ever noticed how many people watch you playing this game, and isn't it the motivation to keep you going, and or give you confidence?
Well, of course it doesn't give me confidence, but of course it's like one of the main things why I really. It's not the main thing why I wanted to come back or anything, but for me it's always been like. When I started to play the game, I was just thinking like, okay, it's just me having fun playing a game, you know. But then it turned out serious and stuff with all these teams. I'm like, why do they care so much?
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually you start to realize that there is like way more people supporting you than you think.
Mm-hmm.
And like I've had a lot of touching experiences with that. Like people
Yeah.
come to you with their parents, like, and then like my son is your biggest fan and stuff like this. So after a few of those, like I feel like I have some expectations on myself, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also very negative when I play, because I feel like even if I don't feel like playing stuff, you know, I still feel like I have to win and I have to try my hardest, even if I don't feel like it. So it's kind of course you always appreciate it, and it's not that I don't, but if it's making me feel bad because I'm putting pressure on myself, then it's not good either, right?
Mm-hmm. So would you say this second time around coming back into the scene is more difficult just because of like everything else outside the game?
It's not. You can always find problems with everything you do in life. Like all in all, it's been very fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've had a lot of fun. I streamed a lot. That was a new experience for me. Like not being forced to stream, you know, but just doing it on my own free will, and just. It was a lot of fun. I didn't realize I had that many fans until I came back and stuff like that. So even if there's always been bad things too, you can't just focus on the bad stuff, right? I think it's been a very good experience for me, personally.
Yeah. It's been a lot of fun too, seeing all the nostalgia around your matches and people just cheering for you. It's really nice.
Yeah. The only sad part is like the people who have quit. I really just miss them a lot, I guess, when I see it. Like, I think about back on, like, Sasa and Feast and, like, some other players that I used to talk with about the game and stuff like that.
Well, but then again, now it makes you closer to Morrow, and Morrow's an awesome guy, so...
No, we were always close.
Oh, okay.
It's not new.
Oh, okay. If you had to make a world team to face Korean All-Star, who would be on your team? NaNiwa.
European team or American team? Oh wait, never mind.
Oh shit.
Either way. Okay, I would choose Bunny, and then I would... No, wait. Okay, Snoot, Marine Lord, Lil Bao. How many players can I pick?
I guess if we go back to GSL, it was 5, I think.
Yeah, those 3, and then I would pick. Showtime maybe?
Oh, Rip Morrow.
No, it's not like that. He's just a very good all-around player.
No, but I meant because of his WCS group. Rip.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think he's unbeatable. I just think he's very all-around, very good.
Okay.
Follow up
Better
question,
than Bunny?
Morrow, what does it feel like to suck?
Bunny? I don't think Bunny is as good as Marine Lord, which is why I didn't pick him.
Oh.
So I'm not sure who the 5th player will be. I'm probably just forgetting about somebody.
Okay.
Coach Nathanias. With
Yo,
cap and
man.
jerseys.
I get everybody hyped up as fuck. It'd be sick.
So next question. Nathanias mentioned that it is important to have good microphone, but to me, his microphone is the worst. Sad
Yo,
face.
I want to answer the team question.
Dude,
by the way.
Skype sucks, okay?
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's as simple as that.
Okay.
Also, Morrow has to make a dream team.
Yeah,
Once, Rifkin is done.
yeah, okay, sure, let's go. Dream team.
Mine's easy. I'm gonna pick Xenosetter 5 times. Done.
Wow.
All right.
You fucking what, mate?
Alright, I'll go with. I'm gonna pick Goody. And
Are you just gonna pick every mech player?
Goody, Firecake. I'm gonna take Hatsobs. He needs to make a comeback.
Oh my
The
fucking
most
God.
passive players.
Yeah, we need Theo as well.
No, you should pick Todd instead of SUOBs, because Todd was passive as well, right? And
That's
Todd's better
aggressive.
than...
You know,
no, nowhere near.
legit speak for Todd for a sec. He is probably the only player I've seen, as much as he fucking hates Swarm Host, he's always had the coolest tactics and ways to beat them. I'm really sad he stopped playing like super hardcore.
I agree with that.
You know who's sad who stopped playing? Jangbi. That guy was really fucking good.
Oh, yes. Young
Him
B.
quitting was like a tragedy. Like he would have been the best Protoss for sure.
Oh, busy with them, but okay.
Nah.
Oh,
Yeah, that sucks that they quit because StarCraft was struggling, or
He
Brood
was
War.
getting really good.
Yeah.
Well, when he quit, like he just made like round of something GSL 16 or 8, something around those lines.
Morrow, do you want to finish your dream team?
I don't have a 5th player, that's the problem.
Use
Can
thermal.
someone help me?
Avillo?
User.
Avillo?
Oh, no.
He's pretty passive.
Oh, I know.
What about that guy that he played the really
Marco
long game against?
McGod.
That Zerg.
Marco
Oh.
Mc-
Oh, Marco McGod.
That's it. That's the dream team.
Dear Lord.
Damn.
We would have the most viewers, the most exposure. We will make so much money.
No, that's what I call a success.
Nathanias, you want to do your dream team or?
I'm trying to determine how edgy of a response I want. I was just gonna.
Do you want
I
to
was
get
just
another
gonna
email?
No, I don't want. I was just gonna name 5 other commentators, but I think I'll go with. Let's see.
Xenocider. Lebo
5
Chang.
times. 5 times.
Okay. I mean the 5. You can only Lebo once, you know. You can't.
God.
That's not how it works. I guess I have to be the
true.
guy that picks the. I have to pick my American homies. I guess. Somebody has to take that bullet. So, my 5 American player dream team that have actually beaten Koreans. I guess. Can I go back in time and get Idra before he completely gave up?
Sure.
Can I go? Okay, so I'll go back in time and get Idra. Not post. I don't know. Wings of Liberty Idra. We'll get. Guess I like Puck. Let's see. I guess Huck, so that we can have name confusion because he still plays.
Oh, I hate
And-
casting tournaments with them both in it.
Yeah. Who else do I really like plays NA? We need someone that really inspires the cheesy NA attitude. So I'll get Arium as well, so we can have a lot of blink.
Hitman.
I don't. Nobody even knows if Hitman's real though. Like,
Oh my god, that would be such a twist. Imagine if it's like a girl.
Have you ever seen Hitman and Scarlet in the same room at the same time? I'm just saying.
I mean, you have someone who like whenever he plays, he's like stuck on rank 1 GM, but has never attempted to qualify for WCS. So what does that say about you? Like, I don't think he's real. But
You don't think so?
no, I
What do you
actually
think is not
don't
real?
believe. Like, I don't like. There's got to be some weird fishy shit with that guy for him to like occasionally. He played like 1 or 2 online tournaments. No. I think I've only ever seen him compete in the Ender's game, like the Ender's game on Blu-ray tournament, and I haven't seen him in anything else. Like I've
Maybe
never.
it doesn't
Like,
want
how
to
could
go
he?
pro.
That's like the
Yo,
worst.
I've-
There's no way you commit that much time to playing the game and not be like,
he
hey,
just likes
maybe
the
I'll try
game,
to make
man.
a couple $1,000 to
Whoa.
just to play online.
Somebody's
Like,
heated.
hey, I'm just
Sounds
saying.
like Nathanias has lost Hitman a couple of times.
No,
Hashtag
Hitman's one of the only people that are considered. I don't know, maybe not by your standards, but by NA standards, decent. Took a map off of him, so like I don't know, but I don't think he contributes to the scene by not participating. So
What if he's a
that's
time
why I
traveler?
wouldn't pick him.
He can't be in the spotlight.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? He's like, I'm from the future with
Like,
new
what
Protoss
if? No, hear me
bullshit.
out. What if he's like Nathanias from the future, came back, and he knows that he can't fight himself in the real place in real time, so he can't compete in WCS. But his passion for StarCraft is so damn strong, he has to play. But he can't play Terran because everyone will know it's him, so he picks another race. Bam, Protoss. I'm just saying.
This
is
story
the
makes
worst.
sense.
Actually,
Clearly,
I'm surprised
it's my future self.
nobody picked Lil Bow for their like fantasy team, like for foreigners. Like serious?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Sorry, my bad.
American players, so we haven't stolen him yet.
So did you finish your dream team, Nathanias?
That's all I
Hitman
need.
times 5.
Yeah, just 5 hitmen. I want 5 hitmen.
You know what? The last letter in Hitman is the first letter of Nathanias' name.
Okay, that's fucking weird.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. For my dream team, I would do Snoot because he's really good. I would do Bunny because I still think he's got it in him. I would do Mana, and then I would do Red and TLO. I'm expecting this check soon. Thank you.
And also Fighting, right? Because he's also good.
Yeah, I know. That's
So you would do all of them.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Kane versus NaNiwa drama. Is Kane a good guy, or is spitting and other behavior a sign that he is a massive douchebag? NaNiwa.
Well, I don't think there's anything I can say that will change the opinions of anybody else, because everything I do is 10 times worse than what other people do. So I will just leave this to the other people, and they can try to rationalize his good intentions behind this spit on the screen.
He was probably trying to clean it so they could see your face better.
Is there any way that we know that he actually did that and Stefano wasn't just like stirring shit up or instigating?
Well,
Like-
if that was not true, then he would have probably said so in a tweet instead of fueling the fire, I would assume.
I would actually disagree with that. Knowing Kane, he would probably just fuel the fire for the sake of fueling the
Kane's
fire.
a, like, I never
is-
saw Kane. I never saw Kane
Especially
as an
if it's
asshole, but a troll. Like I can see Kane being a troll, but not really an asshole. So
I-
So you don't
agree.
think that's an asshole move? Somebody losing and then they spit on the screen.
yeah,
The
yeah,
thing
that's
is,
like
we
that's
don't-
why I'm
Is that a
saying
troll move? In good fun.
I don't think
you
it's a troll. I don't think that's a troll move. That's why I'm surprised. Like I would be surprised if he really did that. So that's the only reason why I asked if we know for sure.
Apparently Puck has had similar instances with him.
Oh, is that how you guys bond? Talking
No,
It's
I
not
just-
about being
some tweets.
Protoss, it's about hating Kane.
I don't
You
speak
could
to
be,
Puck.
I've been bullied by Kane Club. It's starting to grow now.
There's gonna be a foundation as well.
Well, I'm just wondering how long you guys can keep defending him and saying that it's a joke and stuff. Everything he does.
Well,
I'm biased, so just ignore my opinion.
yeah, yeah.
I'm wonderfully disconnected from the situation, and I just sit back and I enjoy all sorts of dramas.
Yeah, I'll side with Rifkin. No, but it's true. We've discussed the topic in the past, and we weren't completely unbiased, and we didn't do devil's advocate. But no, I mean it's shit slinging, you know. So when you take a shit and you sling it, well, everyone's dirty in the end. So,
No, I think you can
why
just be
would you
objective
do
instead of
that,
saying
though?
everybody's a dirty desRow. Let's look at the facts instead of, okay, let's forget that it's me and forget it's Kane, right?
Mm-hmm.
If there is somebody on the screen that you don't like, and then you spit on them on the screen, and then you post on Twitter, I think that's in itself a pretty rude act. Would you agree or no?
Oh
Or
yeah,
not?
of course.
So that,
I think it's
the answer-
pathetic of a thing to do.
so
Like if-
that's the answer then of your true opinion.
Yes. Yes, I think it's just going way too far, and it's very pathetic. Woo.
Real question: what is the punishment worthy of this crime?
Uh, well, if it's done
No,
in
no,
the.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh,
kidding.
okay.
Needs a good spanking, NaNiwa.
Oh.
I don't really care, to be honest.
Mhm.
I just don't like the double standards
Yeah,
that they
that's-
jump off, and then when I say something, it's the biggest deal in the world.
Oh, you would like Tumblr.
Let's not get into this weird online subculture bullshit.
Who's the next foreigner, and why is it Cyril? NaNiwa.
What?
Who's the next foreigner? Who's the next foreigner? Hope, and why is it Cyril?
What? Why is he foreigner hope? Because he beat me once. Like, I don't understand.
That's the question, man. I'm just.
I think he's good, but I don't think he's.
But he's young.
Unbeatable.
He's got the potential, right?
Yeah, but the game will die. before
Everybody
he-
has the potential.
God damn it,
What a
NaNiwa.
waste.
All right, we're getting the email. It's official. Okay, next question. Morrow, please pause WCS game halfway through and say time for food break.
Yeah, because they have to feed you every 6 hours or something, man. Time it out. Play
Yeah.
Max. Wait for that 6-hour mark. Hit the pause button.
Man, that would be my strategy if I
I
was in
should do it like in
WCS.
the middle of a mech game. Just like bring up my pizza, pizza box and start eating pizza.
You know, as long as you don't put it on the desk, you're allowed to have the pizza next to you. So
Oh,
you could
goody.
bring it up there, man.
I feel that would be a detriment, though. You'd have the smell of the pizza. You keep looking over at it. You're like not concentrating on the game
No,
anymore.
you're-
That fucking pepperoni's right there.
No, your opponent's starving. You're the one eating it. That affects him more than it does you. If it's
Can
a
he
mid
have
game.
somebody feed him food? Like, could he hire somebody to sit next to him and feed him the pizza while he's playing?
I don't know. That's a very good
Sure,
question.
we will have to look into this.
Because I just think it's Morrow. I can kind of see him spending some money, hiring some hot babe, come there, bikini clad, just stand next to him on stage, feeding pizza like slowly into his mouth, like as the games go on.
I don't think that's in
Babes
our
like
budget,
Morrow.
but if you want to,
Pretty sure
Maybe a
that's
donation goal.
at
yeah, get
IM,
those, get the
Cologne.
IM girls. Yeah, just get them back when you win your championship.
So can you tell us the story of how that ended when you left with those two babes? on
Yeah,
IM?
when you Google pictures of Morrow, there's two babes with Morrow. I mean,
Actually, I've seen those babes in action. They smile when they're on the stage, but as soon as they get off, they run away and they look very grumpy. I've been
Trust me, when they went off the stage with Morrow, they were smiling.
I
Mo, no comment?
Sorry to let you know, nothing actually happened between us.
Sure, Morrow.
I'm pretty sure they were paid to be with me. I'm not
Wait,
sure.
when I Google Morrow,
I think they're just fans, Morrow. I think they're just fans.
That's what I'm hoping, but I'm starting to have my doubts, man. I'm pretty sure they were paid.
When I Google Morrow SC2, why do so many pictures of NaNiwa come up?
Because I'm that famous, man.
Apparently,
You can do that
Jesus.
with like any starter player.
It's true.
I guess next question, Nathanias, New York pizza or Swedish pizza?
New York pizza. Nothing beats New York pizza. European pizza is very weird. Like in the U.S., it's you know, obviously one of the reasons why the U.S. People make all the jokes about what we eat or whatever is because there are people who are brave enough to eat an entire American pizza at once. But in Europe, it seems it's kind of normal. The pizzas, or at least like the places that we order from everywhere I've been in Europe, the pizzas are very thin. So like, and they're much smaller in general. So you get a pizza and that's your meal, you know. But I like New York pizza just because it's best. Go to a nice place in Brooklyn and get it from a small shop. It's the best pizza you're ever gonna eat.
All right, I can relate to that. NaNiwa, you're glad you've been pumping that iron.
Hiron? What is Hiron?
No, iron like lifting. Can you please flex for us with a frontal double bicep pose?
This doesn't seem like it should have happened so soon. I'm not ready, man. You want me to? For real?
Yes,
It
I
would
think.
be so embarrassing.
No, I think I know. I
Can't
think
do this. Morrow has seen it though.
the frontal double
Double
bicep.
What is the frontal? Like up that? Like that? Or what?
Yeah, I guess so. You'd have to lean back a little so that you fit.
I can't fit both, I think. Can I do one?
Try
Is one
both.
fine?
No, you have to. You can't
I
under
can do
deliver,
one.
man.
You want to see? Like that?
Okay, well,
Oh, wow.
okay, but now you have to do the other one, because this is your like nighttime arm, you know. So we have to know if the other
Like
one
nighttime
matches.
arm? What the fuck is that mean?
NaNiwa, do you know any good tailors? Because, bro, you're pretty ripped.
I'm not.
All right,
What
all
about your
right.
Just
six
got it
pack?
started.
It shows your stomach, man. I haven't seen that one.
Morrow, we were in a shirtless call not too long ago. Don't lie to me.
Yeah, but you didn't.
That's how
lie.
you watch IEM?
But what your
Morrow,
six
You
You know,
like-
sometimes.
Fucking Morrow trying to pull me under the bus here.
Hey, anyway, I wasn't kidding, man. We need to know if it's only one arm. We need to know if they both match.
What the fuck?
Come on, man. I've got enough of the stream here.
desRow,
Let's move on.
why are you so obsessed whether NaNiwa jerks off with his right arm or left arm? I don't get this. Like, where does the payout for you come on this?
No, but what if it's all a sham and it's only one arm? You know?
Well, you think he just sits there playing Protoss one-handed while he's curling his dumbbell in the other for like 8 hours a day because Protoss is so easy?
Well,
Well, he just never ever uses his other hand. Just like, yeah, baby, easy
He just
points,
binds the
easy
A key.
gains.
He just binds the A
binds
key
it.
to a rope attached to the weight. He just, as he lifts it, it presses the A key.
You know,
for him.
but the thing is, if NaNiwa would have done the pose with his right arm, then I would have known it's okay. You know, they're balanced. But because he's left-handed and he lifted his left arm, there's still a doubt in everyone's mind. That
Okay, I can accept that doubt though. So let's move on.
Let's move on.
Twitch chat. This guy. This is what I imagine desRow's looking for here. From Lady in the Water. If anyone's seen that movie.
Jesus.
hold on, I'm
Is
trying.
that what you're aiming at here, desRow? What's going on here?
Maybe. All right, so let's see here. Nathanias, are you going to work out with Madelis when you go to Sweden? I hear she is quite the man-eater. Ugh.
But that gym, the gym that Madalisk is like kind of in charge of or whatever, is just gonna sound really funny, but I don't go to the gym because it's way too far of a walk. So I don't want to walk for. I don't want to walk for. So you might know this, Nani and Morrow, but I stay in Alstermalmstorg, and I think the gym is it's like very close by to the university. And I'm lazy.
But
a
how
bit of a
close are
walk.
we talking about, Nathanias? 5 minutes?
I
10 minutes?
didn't say 5. I won't walk 5 minutes.
Here's a question actually, because I'm not a big gym guy. If that's not obvious, Nate, if you go to the gym with Madalisk and she bench presses you, does that count as a workout for you?
Excellent question.
What the fuck? I mean, I guess keeping your if you've ever done planking, like I guess that's kind of what I'd have to do for that to happen. I guess sure, why the fuck not? If we're just trying to go into awkward question territory, that's the whole point.
Why
I
not?
think desRow already passed that point.
Well, I mean, like, if you have a man that's wore a Pikachu suit on the show, like...
That's a pretty good point, though.
I guess I have no shame left.
NaNiwa, how often do you lift?
3 days a week.
Nice.
I don't know how that's related to the show, but okay.
But it's in the questions, man. Tomorrow, now that NaNiwa is becoming more active with the competition again, he is most likely looking for a team. Do you think NaNiwa would be a good fit for Team Property and your teammate, as they are the most heavily invested and most willing to invest in StarCraft 2?
Yeah, of course, man. Like, Property is just looking to get like the best Swedish team, and we want champions, and NaNiwa is Swedish and champion. But the problem is that NaNiwa, as you might know, could be maybe a bit too expensive for us.
I am very cheap.
You mean
All right, I'll hook you up, buddy. You can join in the B teamer, and we'll see how it goes.
Holy fuck. What an honor.
Put you on a trial.
I think that's basically it, guys. I mean, okay, let's do this last one. NaNiwa, what do you think about your current mental state of performance? Have you improved on the emotional part when playing competitively, or are you still finding it nervous to play because of maybe having too much pressure on yourself from the fans/haters? Off topic, no matter if you win or lose, your fans will be there for you, giving you all the support you need to turn the situation around. And I am one of them. GG, well played.
Are you or
No,
the guy who
that
asked the
guy.
question?
That guy. I was.
So you're not a fan?
Well, I am a fan, yes, but I was
Okay,
trying
say
to.
no more. Can you repeat the question though?
Your mental state of performance, is the pressure too much? Are you nervous?
Okay. It's like I've gotten used to having a lot of haters and fans, that kind of stuff. But it's more about how I feel myself, you know, how like if my shape is good, I don't feel nervous, you know. Because then I know I can win, but it's when I'm having like really shitty practice, I lose faith in myself, and that is the kind of place where I get nervous. Like against Haas in the second series, I had no faith in myself, and it showed in my play a lot. So that's pretty much it. So if I can get back to the shape where I'm satisfied, then I think I will still do pretty well in tournaments, since I don't get nervous that much anymore.
Okay, that sounds good. Since we didn't get a lot of questions for Rifkin and Nathanias, this is literally the last question. Is high-level StarCraft 2 more entertaining to watch, or just more hyped?
I think hyped for me would be my answer. There's definitely some truth in both, but for example, Cats versus Pig Baby was not high level play, but it was like the most fun I've ever had watching a cast. So it really, I think, is on a case by case basis, but generally speaking, I think hype adds to a lot of it. I think you can, with Red Bull last year as well, they kind of proved that low level play can be kind of fun to watch in the right circumstances if done correctly. But I think it really goes from a person-to-person basis. I can't tell Nathanias, hey, dude, you're going to love Koreans, but you'll hate foreigners. Like, that doesn't matter. He'll form his own opinion.
What about you, Nathanias?
That's a pretty good way.
Yeah?
It all depends on how it's done. Like, so it's the same as anything competitively. If you put the people that are in the top 1 percentile against people that are not in that top 1 percentile, it's gonna look ugly. Like, doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Like, how good they are in their own league or scale. Like, you don't put people in different, like weight classes up against each other. And if you have a good tournament that has a good non-Korean representation, and you have like the best of the foreigners, you get some really good games that people are really excited about. Like, I think you could just as easily hype a match like Innovation versus Solkey as you could hype like like maybe think about like big players that represent their countries, like maybe in 2012, like a NaNiwa versus Lucifron match, or NaNiwa Vortex. When you have like Bunny play against Snoot, like those matches I think are just as equally hyped up, even if obviously it's not the same as Solkey versus Innovation or whatever. But it all comes down to if it's framed properly, and if you're going for the lower ends, like there's still a way. And like I think a lot of people, like the only example that comes to mind after you said Red Bull Rifkin was like Sir Robin versus Ruff, which was like one of the ugliest series ever broadcasted on a main stage tournament. But it was fucking hilarious, and I think most people that tuned in and watched that game like loved it. Like, you know, because you just don't see stuff like that all the time, and the players were close enough in skill that it still wasn't like, you know, it wasn't so one-sided that you were like, oh well, this is a blowout. Why would I want to watch this?
Yeah, for me, you guys have more experience casting than me, but for me, I've watched, you know, I've casted DreamHack with a lot of Koreans, and then I've casted Semper versus Arthur, which, you know, Arthur is like a C tier Korean, and then Semper is, you know, Challenger NA, and if the game is back and forth, if like the game has a lot of action, I don't think the high level matters that much, because it's hype, there's engagements, there's action.
Yeah.
So maybe with Legacy of the Void, it'll be easier to be hyped.
I think a really good example of this was the WCS qualifiers this year for Season 1. The dynamic of this, say, you could compare it to the Koreans, sure, but I want to take the Europeans actually and compare that to the Americans for a sec. There was hella drama with the European scene, and that kind of added this extra flavor of Elements X to make it interesting to watch. But then you had the American qualifiers for WCS, and they were the scrappiest, ugliest, but funnest games we got to cast out of the two qualifiers. So, I mean, again, I think a lot of this comes down to what Nate said. Like, I'd much rather watch two Diamond players fight than Jaedong versus a Bronze Leaguer, you know? Like, it's just, the closer they are in skill, the scrappier it's going to be, the more entertaining it's going to be to watch.
Okay, that, No, okay, that's it, guys. We'll do the shoutouts. Thank you, everyone on the panel for being on the show. Let's do the shoutouts. Rifkin, where can we see you next? What do you have planned? Is a haircut in the works?
A what?
Whoa.
A single haircut? I could cut one right now, desRow. Cut.
Thanks for that. Graham.
Okay. We're gonna be casting a lot of stuff on Base Street TV, obviously. But tomorrow is a pretty big day because we're gonna be rematching Rotterdam for the Subscriber Wars. Zombie will actually be doing this one. I'll be kind of taking a backseat role to it, so that should be some pretty interesting things. Outside of that, there's the Alima League monthly finals, which I think needs to be shouted out because along with the hype and the Koreans, we need to mention Tasia, Parting, Solar, and many others are taking part. That's gonna be really fun. I love my Saturday mornings because of the Alima League, and I hope you guys will come tune in for it.
Nice. What about you, Nathanias?
I'm just gonna get back to streaming as much as I can. I'm still gonna be streaming when I go to Sweden. I'm going to be there for a long time, because there'll be some interruptions, like as I'm doing Fragbite, you know, WCS stuff, and of course, we won't be.
Nice
we're not
there,
gonna
man.
broadcast. We're not gonna broadcast over IEM Katowice, so I'll just be chilling in Sweden. I'll probably still be streaming during those times though.
How long are you gonna be gone?
I'm gonna be in Europe from March 2nd is when I leave for Sweden, and I think I get back April 13th,
Nice.
unless depending on how my passion meter is going, because I have there's something else I could also end up doing over there,
Nice.
not as StarCraft related.
It's jumping ship.
You're pulling a winter, man.
What can I say?
He's pulling a Tosis.
So anyway, I probably be back mid-April in the U.S. Feels weird to say that. I'm going to be there for quite a while, but that's because WCS is packed in there, and also IEM.
Oh, all right. Go on Twitter, guys. WCS in Europe, announced by Nathanias from Remax. Morrow, what about you? What's up next? Oh yeah,
I'm playing WCS in a few days, so that should be
3 days now.
exciting. In 3 days?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like midnight for Europeans, I guess, and like 3 o'clock during the day if you're
But we will
American.
watch anyway, Morrow. I will.
Oh, you watch?
I will see you.
Oh.
Yeah, aren't you casting it? You in Rotterdam?
Hey, what matters is that
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you are.
watch. I'm gonna
Alright.
watch the games.
Alright, good. And after that, I think I will just go back to streaming like normal. I'll be starting to stream more regularly again, like I did back before winter. That's the plan anyway.
Nice.
And that's it.
Which food are you most looking forward to eating in America?
Man, I hope I get to eat in a steakhouse.
Nice.
There's like so many good restaurants in America. That's my
filet
favorite
mignon?
part, I think. Yeah, filet
Yeah, but how do you
mignon.
feel about having to tip in America, Morrow?
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit though. I didn't do that last time I was there.
What the fuck, Morrow? Alright. NaNiwa, what's up with you next?
Yeah, so Morrow has been making me aware that I'm not selling out enough. So I'm gonna be working on that on my stream.
Nice.
Need a few
I'll
sell-out
mail you a
emotes.
Pikachu suit.
And I have this thing like Amazon wishlist thing. Because Morrow, he told me that there is no limit to the selling out. So I'm trying new ideas, you know, new approaches to compete. I
So
can't
when
compete
it-
with the Dolan Duck, of course. So I
When
have
are
to
you
find
getting a
ways around
whiteboard
it.
behind you? You gotta
What's-
draw pictures for all these subs.
Yeah, so you can
Okay, I
like show
should
your
do-
bicep every time you write down.
Okay, I should like have like a map. So where they're from, I will just go there and will like dance
Yes.
on the way there, right? Like the streamer girls on Twitch.
Yes.
Yeah, legendary Elias.
Maybe that will be popular.
Straight up.
Yeah.
So many good ideas
Wait,
here, as you can
what's
see.
on your wish list,
Very
though?
excited. My wish list.
Yes.
You just have to tune into my stream and see it, desRow.
That's how you sell it, guys. Take notes.
God damn it.
So my birthday is coming up in like 2 weeks. So you know, you better give me a lot of gifts.
Give me the gifts first. My birthday's tomorrow.
All right. Happy birthday, Nathanias.
Yeah.
For real now.
Oh, it is. It is in Sweden, huh? It's the 25th
Yeah.
in Sweden, isn't it?
Exactly.
Well met.
Exactly.
I've heard
And
stories
shout
of
out- shout out to
dressing
Sword Off
up
as well. Huh?
That you were gonna dress up on your birthday, right?
Ah, yes, yes. If you send me a Pikachu costume, I will wear it for the right price.
I will send you. I will
also,
fucking give you a Pikachu costume.
Also, shout out to Sword Off, who won a CVC today. I am very proud of him, finally taking the step. And yeah. Thanks to you guys for being on the show. It was a fun episode.
Mhm.
And good luck for WSS tomorrow. I really hope he will do well.
Nate.
That's all for me.
All right. So thank you so much. I'd like to give a big thanks to our Patreon, or pylons, overlords, and supply depots, Knifefolio, Lucid, and Zealous Sam, and Jackie as well. So thank you to those. You can check out the Patreon if you want to support the stream. Thank you everyone for watching.
Wait.
What?
Morrow's shoutouts.
We started with them
Yeah, I did
before
my
you.
shout-out.
Oh, never mind.
I would never skip Morrow. I mean, I do often, but yeah.
I
missed
forgot one thing. Thank you again for the invite, desRow. It was fun.
Exactly. That's what I was going for.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, actually, like, I asked Mo, and then I found another guest, but Mo was like, I want to come, and NaNiwa too, and I'm like, well, okay, so I kind of ditched someone else. I'm not gonna say who, but
Say who?
Oh, who was it?
Oh, that's why Hawk didn't come on today.
no.
So who was it, desRow?
But it was Blisk from My Insanity. He tweeted at me, and I was like, yeah, why not? But we'll have him another week. But yeah, guys, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. The VODs are going to be on YouTube as soon as the show's over. After the show's over, I'm going to be hosting Nathanias. Big shout out to my sponsor, Corsair, Cheers for Gaming, and Asus, and G2A. And also I had a lot of fun in Detroit, so if you came to see me in Michigan, I won a tournament last weekend. It was $500. It was a lot of fun. It was at Gamers for Giving. And big shout out to Winter. And oh yeah, shout out to Oh Fuck You and chat for taking me out to dinner at a 5-star place. I had a $60 filet mignon. Time of my life. It was like 15 waiters, and they all dropped the plates all at once, and then they were like swapping out your forks and spoons. It was a sick experience. So alright guys, we'll see all of you next week. Love you all. Thank you, Rifkin, for waving with